I'm tired of listening to an algorithm to decide what videos I should do and what art I should create. I just want to create so badly without an algorithm dictating every single thing I do. I've tried more hobbies this past year than I have my entire life, and I found that I have a deep love and passion for collaging, or at least right now I'm really enjoying it. My birthday is tomorrow, and one of the resolutions I have this year is to create more art that isn't based on an algorithm and just create what feels right to me and what feels like therapeutic for me in terms of the process of creating it and also the process of sharing it. So I thought it'd be really fun to just like hang out with you and make some collage art. We can chat about things that I've learned about my creative process and just being a creative person in my 20s and all that I've learned up until this point, until I'm 23, which is the age I turn tomorrow. I'm gonna go grab my collage materials and let's get started. Okay, I have like a gajillion supplies and I think I just want to create like a cute little like collage moment about not being happy with the algorithm or something. I don't know. We'll see where it takes me and I'll check in, like I'll continually let you guys know my progress. I wish I had the budget for a second camera so you guys could see what I'm doing and also me. But unfortunately, I have 300 subscribers, so that won't be in the budget anytime soon. So those that don't know, maybe if you're new here, I had a book account go from 0 to 18k followers is what it's currently at in like 5 months, and that's been like a really like wild experience, just like how quickly that grew. And just because I kind of just made it to talk about books with like my friends and hopefully find some like internet friends, and to have it kind of have like gotten so popular and have that you've responded to it so well has been crazy. I literally can't believe it. It's so cool. But it's also been a little bit overwhelming in the fact that like I wasn't really creating content that had to do with the algorithm. I didn't really think about it, but now I'm kind of put in a position where like if I want to sustain this growth that I've had and like keep my followers engaged, I kind of do have to think about the algorithm. And I'm kind of, it's a really hard battle for me because thinking about the algorithm for me personally is to think about the algorithm too heavily is to create inauthentic content. For me at least. I think the content I want to create isn't algorithm friendly, and I am enjoying growing on social media and I want to sustain it, but the effect that it's had on my art isn't ideal in my opinion. Is this camera angle bad? Like, are you happy with this? I just want you. Like, should it be like that? Is that weird? Okay. It's gonna stay like that. Let me know if that's weird for the next video. This little notepad I got from Dollarama for $1.25, and it's so cute. So I just glued one of them down in this corner, and we will go from there. I also have this like strawberry art thing I made. I think I'm gonna cut some of these strawberries out to put on this, but TBD on that. Anyways, all that to say, I just want to talk about like a couple things that I've learned, and just about like being creative and how important it is to me. I think I was kind of a person who thought like abstract art was like, oh, I could do that. That's so like literally a kid could do that. But it's really hard to create like you're a kid when you're not a kid. Sometimes I try, like I want my art, like visual and like otherwise, to look like it's kind of through a kid's lens, and that's really, really hard to do. I find it easier to make things look perfect than I do to make them look like a child could have created it. And it's something you have to nurture. Like you can't just wait for, I don't know, you can't just wait for like you to find that childlike spark again, or you to like feel like a kid again and want to create something like that. You have to nurture it, and it's something you have to work at, and I'm working every single day to be able to create art like a kid again. And so far I feel like I'm doing better and better. I feel like the more I create, the more, I don't know, less stressed I get about creating perfect art. But that's not to say it's easy to not be stressed about that. Like, I think it's, I don't know, the more you create, the easier it gets, I think. But I create a lot of stuff in my life, and I still am finding it very difficult to try and like capture that like child childlike essence in my art, if you will. That's very dramatic and whatever, but it is dramatic. I think art a lot of the time is dramatic, and I think that's kind of, I like that about it, I suppose. Inspiration isn't going to just come to you. Like, I don't think you're gonna just like, well, I don't think you're always going to just like wake up and be like, oh my god, I have a great idea for a piece of art, this is good, I'm gonna make this video for Instagram, or I'm gonna make this video for YouTube, and I just thought of it randomly. That does happen, don't get me wrong. I've definitely had like literally woken up in the middle of the night and been like, that's a good idea for a post or whatever. I don't think it's impossible, but you can't always rely on that natural ideas that come to you. I think sometimes you have to go out and find ideas. You have to open yourself up to ideas. Like, I think a great example of this is like when I'm reading books. I read with the intention of getting inspiration for other art. Like, art makes art, as the saying goes. Like, I'm constantly thinking about ways that I can be inspired, and I think that that's important in order to get inspired. When I was in high school, I was in a relationship from a grade 9 through 12, or age 14 through 19, or 14 to 18. And like, I don't regret that relationship. It taught me a lot about myself, but because of it, I did not really nurture my friendships in that time of my life, when I really think I would have been better off if I had. My glasses are sweating. I need to get them off. I thought I was gonna cover up the fact that I have like no makeup on, but we are glassless and makeupless, and I'm sweating because I can't have a fan on because it's too loud for the camera. I say that I'm not caring about the algorithm, and that's true, but I do care about you and your viewing experience, so thank me later, or thank me now, comments are open. But yeah, I went through an era of my life where I really didn't have friends in high school, and I now, as a 23-year-old as of tomorrow, and 23 as of you seeing this, think it's so important to have friends, and even more important, to have creative ones. If you're creative, of course, but I assume you are if you're watching this. I moved to a new city. I moved from Kingston to Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, and which is 2 hours away, and I really came here with my boyfriend, and different boyfriend than the one I mentioned before, and not really any people or community here. And it was hard. I spent a lot of time really struggling to make friends and kind of have a social life at all, and I really wanted not only friends, I wanted creative friends, because I just wanted to focus on my creativity a lot. And I feel so lucky to have made so many creative friends, because being around creative people is going to make you more creative. I hate to break it to you if you think that you don't need that in your life, and you don't need it. Of course, you never need other people, but it sure fucking helps. Like, the amount of creative things I've done is absolutely attributed to the people and the girls and the women I have in my life who also want to join me on these creative tasks. Like, I did printmaking for the first time in like 10 years with my best friend the other week. And yesterday, for my birthday party, I had a vision board making night, and I had all my friends over, and we all like made vision boards together. And like, all these things, yes, you can do them alone, but my god, the product turns out better when you're with people. People can ask their opinion and get inspiration from them. And also, it's just so fun. Like, I cannot believe that there was a time in my life where I didn't have that many friends. And let me tell you, those are the most uncreative moments of my life. And I don't want to tell anyone who like may not have many friends right now that you're doomed. Because I think the reason I'm so good in my friendships now is because I went through a phase where I didn't have friends. I think I came out the other side a better person for it. But it does make a huge difference having friends and having those people to bounce ideas off of, and who want to try out new things with you, and who are nice to you and you're okay with failing. And do not get me wrong, I think it is better to have no friends than have friends that make you feel bad about yourself. Because if you have friends who make you feel bad about yourself or make you feel unwelcomed, just don't have friends. They suck. Get new ones. Take some time to yourself and see when you're going to be in a different era of your life where you'll want to revisit the idea of creating new friends. But having creative people in my life has changed my life for the better. Let me show you some things, some gifts that my friends got me for my birthday yesterday. I have the coolest people. I will not shut up about it. One of the friends that I made this past year, we always do craft nights together. She's an insane knitter. She knit me this toque, or this hat if you're not from Canada. This hat. It's so cool. I'm like almost excited for it to be winter just so I can wear this all the time. Like, I can't believe she has this. It is so freaking cool. And then my friend Alyssa, I'm gonna bring you to my kitchen. She made me clay magnets. She had never done this before and she just learned how to do it for my birthday. Look at, oh my god, she made this little mug. Let's do them. Made this little mug, envelope, this heart. Look at this tulip. The 8-ball, a bow, and then look at this orange. It even has like stippling. Like, I'm telling you, having creative friends, I don't know, I'm obviously fresh off of like seeing all of them for my birthday and like feeling so warm and fuzzy, but I'm telling you, it changed my life. And don't get me wrong, I love my friends who aren't creative as well. Oh, this angle. I love my friends who aren't creative as well, don't get me wrong. But man, when you are trying to live a creative life and pursue a creative identity and lifestyle, having people in your life who are creative makes all the difference. This is how it's looking so far. I think I have my background done, and then I think I want to flip to the magazines again, and I think I want to spell out the words, why does my content have to have a strategy? Why can't I just create? Because that's how I'm feeling right now. Frustrated with that. But I thought we could kind of talk about the fact that, in my opinion, good art isn't going to be liked by many, but it will be loved by a very few amount of people. That kind of sounded like a quote. I feel like that might be a quote by someone. That isn't a quote. Okay, actually, Taylor Van Leeuwen in 2024. Good art will not be liked by many, but it will be loved by few. A good example of this is a post that went not viral. I think it got like 20k likes, which is a lot for me, on Instagram recently. I think it's one of the worst art pieces I've ever made in my life, but I posted it because, I don't know, I thought it was like good enough to post, I guess. But this is it. Oh my god. I just glued myself to my art. It's just this like cup of coffee and a book, and it says "the regular, please," and that's like literally it. And it did better than like all of my other art pieces have done on my account by like far. Most of my art pieces on my account struggle to pass like the 2k likes mark. And I think that was probably one of the worst pieces of art I ever posted. I think it is the worst. Out of the ones I posted, I think it is objectively the worst. And it performed the best. Like, I think the second best performing one has like 4k likes. Like, that performed so well in comparison to my other ones. And I don't think it really is anything special, but I think that's why, because it resonated with so many different people, because it's not specific, it's very broad. And they didn't really feel like, of course I'm happy that the algorithm loved me and a piece of my art did well online and people are sharing it. Like, that's amazing, and I'm very lucky that that happened to me, and I don't want to discount that in any way and like seem ungrateful. But it didn't leave me with a feeling of like being proud of myself. Whereas if a piece of art that I made that I felt really resonated with me and meant something deeper had gone viral and done really well, I keep saying, I use the term viral very loosely. I think I'd feel more, like I feel more achieved. But to say, if you feel like your art is like so specific to you and it's so, no one else, it's not going to resonate with anyone else, you're right, it might not resonate with like every single person in the world, but the people it does resonate with, it'll resonate very, very deeply, and I think that's really important. I just think it's important to not get too caught up in like, oh, well, this is too specific to me, I shouldn't share this, it's too personal. And you know what, if you don't feel safe sharing something because you feel like it's too personal, that's so valid, and don't share it. I don't create art with the idea of like making an Instagram post for it. I mean, sometimes I do, but I try not to. I don't think it's good for the brain or for the mental health. I think I do create art thinking about me. And then after I finish it and I look at it and I want to post it, I don't go, oh, well, like, people aren't gonna like this, it's too specific to me. I just post it, and if it resonates, it resonates, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. And I think either is totally fine. My camera is about to die, and also I forgot that I'm using all natural light to film this, and the sun is setting. So I took a little break and I got a lot of work done. I'm gonna show you what I'm working with right now. Why does my content need a strategy? I'm missing a Y up here and then a question mark. I'm gonna start gluing things down, and then hopefully I'll find the Y and the question mark later and put them down. I'll post the finished thing on my Instagram when it's done, because I'm probably gonna like do some extra touch-ups and stuff for this. I feel a lot of pressure to create content that is algorithm optimized, as I kind of chatted about earlier, and like just creating stuff that is things that I actually, not that the videos I create are not authentic and that I love, they just take a lot of time, because I'm not only creating things I love, but I'm also trying to make sure it, or try and help it perform well. Whereas I think in this video I'm kind of just like not really caring if it performs well, and like hopefully the people who, you know, are creative and resonate with it will find this and enjoy it. But I'm not going to put too much pressure. That'll be my birthday gift to myself, to allow myself to upload a video that is just something that I like and not focus on being perfect. I hope I continue to be like extremely creative in this new year of my life. I wanted last year to be an extremely creative era of my life, and I really accomplished that. Yeah, because not only did I like really prioritize creativity this year, that prioritization was also like me keeping a promise to myself, because I promised myself that this year would be a year of being creative and trying new hobbies and trying new things and saying yes to trying new things, and I've really done that. And I feel like keeping that promise to myself was like really impactful for me, and I'm just really proud of myself. And I think it's easy to like be like, okay, go to the next thing, like just start this project, do this now. But really, like, if I take a step back and I look at like what I've done with this past year and the amount of new hobbies I've tried and the friends that I've surrounded myself with, I'm so fucking proud of myself. And I've really created a life, I'm gonna cry, but I've like really created a life that I love. And it's like, I don't know, I'm gonna end this video now. I'll post the finished thing on my Instagram story, but thanks for hanging out with me. I really appreciate you, and I really appreciate that I'm surrounded by so many people online that are so creative as well and are always like enjoying my different projects that I'm trying and enjoying my reading. And thanks for watching this, even though it's less like book video, because I usually, all my content is like book based. So the fact that you've stuck around this long, even though it's not a book video, is really cool. I literally can't, that's just so kind that you care about me enough to like do that. Thank you so much for being here. I love you so much. Creating content, I honestly feel like this is what I was meant to do in my life. So thank you for being here. If you've made it this far in the video, comment something so I can know who the real ones are. Comment a bumblebee emoji, because I like bumblebees. Have a good day. Thank you so much. I love you, I love you, I love you. I can't say it enough times, so I'm just gonna cut myself off, but cheers.